Welcome back, and we've got a news of the day video on a Saturday. That's right, because hockey's not all day today, which is kind of nice. To be honest, it's kind of nice to have a day where, hey, it's Saturday and it's not hockey from 9 in the morning until 10:30 at night. That's kind of nice. So I can do some videos and not have to stress about getting them in between periods and stuff like that. I will be talking about World Juniors at the end of this. And again, I had thought about, well, should I report on it? There are a lot of people who record the World Juniors and they try to avoid spoilers and they'll watch it later. I remember working with guys who do that. That I'd be, checking things on my phone and go, oh, did you see what happened with World Juniors? They go, la la la, no, I'm recording it. Don't tell me. So I'm not going to be that guy. So the only scores I'll do is the day after, and then we'll start doing little bits and previews when they get into the medal rounds. Because right now we're still at the very beginning of the tournament. Mikheyev is out at least 3 months for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He had to have surgery last night, got his wrist cut with a skate. I'm really surprised they didn't blow the whistle on that play. I guess they didn't see that he was in serious distress, but he immediately skated off the ice. He knew it was bad, and he was out of there. And he had to go in for surgery to have repairs to an artery in his wrist, as well as to tendons. I can't imagine the pain of that. And it's one of those things where you got to be really careful, take your time and rehab it, because for hockey players, having the ability to take your shot depends entirely on your wrists. So hopefully he has a full recovery, and this is one of those things where being a younger player helps. So the fact that he's not one of them old 40-plus guys like myself probably helps him heal up a little bit quicker. So here's hoping for the best. Skinner's out 3 to 4 weeks with what they're calling an upper body injury. It looked like it was a concussion to me. I guess maybe it could be a shoulder, I guess. But to me, it looked like a concussion. We'll see if they eventually tell us or not. But yeah, Skinner, it didn't look great when he left the game last night, and it's not. So it just gets worse. And that was during his 700th game, and he's already been having trouble scoring goals, and now he's out for about a month's action. This is troubling. This is troubling at the start of a major contract that he just signed with Buffalo as well. So this is how a contract that when it's signed, you go, it might be a bit of market value, but yeah, they managed to keep him, and then it turns into, and it's a tire fire. And that's how quickly things can turn when it comes to big contracts. Ovechkin's decided he's going to suspend himself again. That's what he's doing. He's going, I'm not going to the All-Star game. And honestly, I don't blame him. I've never blamed him. I've never come out and said, oh, what a jerk. They voted him in. He needs to go. No. If he doesn't feel like at this stage in his career he should be going to an All-Star game for a game that doesn't really mean anything, and he needs to rest and make sure that he's 100%, I agree with Ovechkin on this. I am 100% behind him. And then the suspension thing is ridiculous. It's stupid. Here's the thing. It is the equivalent. I've used this description every time. It's the equivalent of calling your boss and going, I'm not coming into work on Friday. And they go, hey, you don't come in on Friday. We're going to have to give you Monday off too, because we're going to have to send you a message. Okay. So what this means is Ovechkin has to miss a game either before or directly after the All-Star break. The team and himself, they can choose which one. Even if the NHL could choose which one, it's still not really a punishment. He's saying, yeah, at my age, I could use a bit of a break. And they're going, all right, well, we'll make it longer if you don't show up. Okay. Sounds good. Glad we're in agreement then. So, yeah, Ovechkin's out. The Metro Division's captainless until they name somebody else. It could be Crosby that gets named, I guess. That would be kind of funny if they named somebody else who's injured and can't play. So yeah, Ovechkin, not at the All-Star game, and I don't think he really cares about being suspended the one game before or after. Right now, the Edmonton Oilers are in a bit of a free fall, and this is that annual thing that happens. They just delayed it. They delayed it long enough that Oiler fans who have been really fighting, believing in the team, were finally going, you know what, I think I finally believe. Oh, we're crap again. So they've put Manning and Granlund on waivers. Marcus Granlund had that nice little hot streak in there where he had a few goals, and that's all he's got for the season is 3 goals. So in Manning and Granlund sending them down, I don't know. I don't know that necessarily fixes anything. I think Ken Holland's doing what he can to try to shake up the roster a little bit. But honestly, they really needed to sign Connolly last summer. He ended up going to Florida. If they had signed Connolly, who knows what we're talking about here. Connolly's got 14 goals in Florida, so who knows what he would have had playing with McDavid and Draisaitl, and I'm assuming that's where he would have ended up. So the Oilers, they're spinning their wheels. Winnipeg's not spinning their wheels, but man, and I knew this, and there were people who said, well, they already had Comrie on waivers and they lost him, so they don't have to put him on waivers again. Yes, they do. Eric Comrie's back on waivers again. So Arizona technically could do what I used to do in NHL games, which was I would trade a guy, he'd go on waivers, and I would just keep trading him over and over and over, knowing he was going to get put on waivers. It was a weird bug in the game. I ended up with so many draft picks that I broke the game. So, yeah, Comrie, he's back on waivers. By broke the game, I mean it froze. I got to the draft and it just went, no. And it just stopped, so I had to make a new file. But I laughed pretty hard at how many draft picks I had. I think I had the entire 6th and 7th rounds to myself. Like, yeah, I'm going to get some steals down here because nobody else can touch these draft picks. Anyway, and just picturing how that would work, how that would be described on TSN or Sportsnet. They traded him again. Why did teams keep picking him up? Why does this happen? So, Comrie, does he clear this time? Please let him clear this time. He's going to get picked up, isn't he? Anyways, Slovakia beat Kazakhstan yesterday 3-1. I'm proud of Kazakhstan for getting here. They're going to end up getting relegated, but being at the Prime World Junior Championship, it has to feel pretty good for them. Germany lost to the USA 6-3 yesterday. So for the German team, they were facing an American team that knew that if they'd lost that game, they're in trouble and potentially missing the medal round. So it makes it a little more difficult for Germany. But for the U.S., good bounce-back game. We'll see how it goes from here for them. According to the scores right now, may not be as difficult a picture for them to get through to, say, a pretty good seeding in the medal round, as it might have looked like it could have been this morning. I don't know how to say this without giving away the result, or what could be the result, because the game's still going on. Anyways, there you go. Just a quick little news of the day video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And what I was getting at with the Ovie thing is simple. People who call in all the time, they don't really care if you suspend them. My old job, I used to get mad because what they used to do is they would suspend. So you would call into work, and you'd call in, and eventually it leads to a suspension because you called in too much. And they would call them in to suspend them on Friday afternoon. And I'd say, wait a minute, what just happened? Oh, they're suspended. So you suspended them for the rest of today, meaning I have to work later. And you gave them Monday off too? Yep, that'll sure show them. That's gonna go well. Thanks for giving them a 3.5-day weekend because they had the nerve to call in. And that's kind of what it feels like with Ovechkin. All right, let me know your thoughts, though. And hey, it's not too bad a Saturday. For people wondering, yeah, it's still above freezing outside. We are still, it doesn't look like winter outside. It feels like winter to us, but we don't have the cold weather that you get across most of the rest of Canada. All right, talk to you guys again soon.